Alrighty, I think we're just about ready to get things rolling today. Yeah, I think we're good. Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of my series of Come Hang Out live streams where we just kind of hang out and talk about whatever comes to mind. Today is episode number 74, and the date today, it is the 9th of February. So, there's that for you. How y'all doing today on this lovely Wednesday afternoon? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Before we get any further into the stream, let's go over our streaming schedule really quick. We stream Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. And as always, I will provide you guys with daily updates. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream, I will let you guys know via my community tab as per usual. What were we on? Ninjago Hunted. Okay, we'll do some Ninjago Hunted to kick things off today. Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. You guys are good. Awesome. I'm doing pretty well myself. Woke up fairly early today. Woke up early, got some work done. Still have a little bit of work to do today, but that's okay. I already got a lot of stuff done, so I'm feeling pretty good. I have an iced tea here with me today. Not a water, but an iced tea. So there's that. I really enjoyed that quite a bit. I like the iced tea quite a bit. Am I going to go see Uncharted 2022? Probably not. I'm not a huge Uncharted guy. And yeah, guys, in case I didn't make it obvious, just doing a casual stream today. Just kind of hanging out, talking about whatever. I will probably be doing something fun tomorrow, maybe. I just kind of, I don't want to push it with these streams because we've been having issues the past couple of days or even the past week doing these streams. I don't want to push it. So, yeah, we're just going to be hanging out today, just doing whatever. Going to be probably doing something tomorrow, though, and obviously we have trivia on Friday. So, yeah, probably not going to see the Uncharted film. You got a project to speedrun. I feel that. I'm pretty good at speedrunning papers, especially for school. If I really need to, I can focus and get a paper done pretty quick. So, like within a half hour even. I think the last paper that I wrote, it was like 4 pages, 5 pages. Got it done in a half hour because I just speed ran the thing. So I feel your pain. I understand. Do I think the Overlord is coming? I hope so. I mean, that'd be nice, right? We have all these other villains coming back for season 16. Why not the Overlord? Seems to me like maybe he could make a nice reappearance, perhaps towards the maybe end of the season. Who knows? Maybe he's the ringleader. Fingers crossed to that. Let's see. What else you guys got for me today? Poll suggestion: best dragon of Chompy, Zippy, Rocky, or Firstborn. I actually really like that poll suggestion. Let's do that. I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna take a photo of that comment so I can remember which dragons we're gonna do here. Yeah, we'll see how polls go. Yesterday the poll kind of I don't want to say the poll messed up the stream because it was more like YouTube's problem yesterday, but I'm hoping it works a little better today. So yeah, let's get a poll rolling. I like that idea a lot, actually. And if this poll is successful, we could do more throughout the stream as well. As always, I'm pretty much open to suggestions. Best dragon. Yeah, that'll do. Didn't capitalize best, but whatever. Whatever works. Who do we got in the dragon poll? We got Chompy. Pretty solid dragon, I must say. He's a pretty good boy. We have Zippy, also a really good boy. The big dragon puppy, if you will. Rocky, also a really good boy. And then Firstborn, who's not a boy, but she's still a good dragon, Can't really say too much about Firstborn. Is that how you spell Firstborn? Yeah, okay. All right, feel free to vote in the chat for your favorite dragon out of that bunch. When is the next Kahoot? The next Kahoot will be on Friday. We're going to be doing Ninjago trivia, so stay tuned for Friday's stream if you want to see some Ninjago trivia go down. And yeah, feel free to vote for your favorite dragon out of that selected bunch. I think, for me, out of all of the dragons in that poll, I'm thinking maybe Rocky, if I'm being honest. Are the pictures being messed up again? Are the pictures okay for you guys? Or are they kind of buffering a little bit? We had this issue yesterday. To me, it seems like maybe the pictures are kind of slow. But we had a solution yesterday whenever the pictures did that thing. So it just is kind of weird then. Maybe it is the poll that's causing the pictures to slow down. Are you guys seeing a lag within the images on the stream, or is it just me? let me know in the chat. They're buffering again. All right, cool. So we got a plan for this, right? I have this preset image of Skylar that we can jump to for a little bit until the pictures reset themselves. I think it actually might be the polls that mess it up, which is weird. We had this problem yesterday. If you guys were here for yesterday's stream, we had the issue yesterday too. The audio seems to be fine. Again, I'm seeing nothing wrong with, the stream itself. But, we'll just rest on this image of Skylar for a little bit before the pictures are able to be reset. I wonder if they're going to be fixed if we just go back to them. Let's see. Oh, error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, yeah. Ain't that the truth? Not receiving enough video, eh? Interesting. That's interesting. Google Drive was down earlier. Let me check if YouTube's down again. Yeah, feel free to do so. If it's not YouTube's problem, it very well could just be the stream cannot handle polls anymore, which would be rather unfortunate because polls are fun to do. So, if audio is still good, obviously we can still stream. It's no big deal. Watching the Nintendo Direct, and there was this Lego fighting game, and in it Kai wore a gold attire and Pixel was using the water element. I saw the Nintendo Direct as well. Unfortunately, I did not see that announcement. I must have missed it. That might have been when I was in the bathroom. They must have announced that game, of course. In all seriousness, though, the actual Nintendo Direct today was pretty cool. If you guys watched that, I'm excited for the new the Wii Sports sequel on Nintendo Switch. That looks like fun, right? No Way Home has been nominated for the Oscars. Yeah, in the, Best VFX category? Kind of awkward, considering No Way Home has some pretty rough CGI at times. But, to each their own, I suppose. Ultimately, the Oscars are... the Oscars you pretty much pay to get in there. So, it's no longer like a voting system or whatever. Companies will just pay to have their movies be nominated. So, it's no wonder that No Way Home was nominated. I don't think it deserves to be, but whatever. It was a pretty good movie, but it's not like Oscar worthy. Guess YouTube needs more video to maintain smooth streaming. Yes, indeed. What happens if we end the poll? Just out of curiosity, if we end the poll, congrats to the Firstborn fans out there. Seems like you guys won the poll here. Because if we end off the poll here, I wonder if the pictures will go back to normal. Let's see. Okay, so the poll's ending. And let's go back to pictures. Are pictures back to normal? Let's see. It might take me a minute to see on the side of the stream if pictures are back to normal yet, of course. See, on my YouTube, it says that YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. But on my OBS platform, it says, hey, there's too much over here. So what is it? Is it too little or too much? I'm getting conflicting questions here, but it seems like the pictures are going well. So it might just be the polls. I think the polls may just mess up the images, which is very strange. So we can either do a poll or we can have images to look at. That's very strange. That is very strange. I don't know what to do about that. Very weird to me. Can't do polls anymore, else the pictures will be buffering. Yeah, that's the pattern that I'm picking up too. So maybe we won't do polls today. I like the polls too, but if they mess up the images, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens if we... No, I don't want to risk it. I was going to try something, but I kind of want to stream today, so maybe maybe I won't try to risk it for the biscuit. The polls are infected with the Overlord virus. Yeah, pretty much. I'd say so as well. Best core short. So far, to me, Balance is the best one, but Generosity got pretty close, man. I really enjoy the Generosity core short, all things considered. I like that short a lot. Shang-Chi has also been nominated for the Oscars. Yeah, but with Shang-Chi, at least the visuals looked good for the most part, especially the dragon during the final battle. I thought the dragon looked pretty good. Also, the battling with the rings or whatever, that fight scene that Shang-Chi had with his dad. Yeah. Looks good. So I can see that one being nominated for a visual effects Oscar more so than Spider-Man, if I'm being honest. Do I think that Kai will shave Master Wu? Will save Master Wu in the next core short? Yes, Kai finally shaves Master Wu's beard. Yeah, I think Kai might be the one to save good old Master Wu. Either that, or Master Wu's just going to be like, hey, surprise, this was a test this whole time, dummies. I hired this dragon. This dragon is my friend. I could totally see that being the case too. The Shang-Chi and the Dad Rings fight was stunning. I agree. I liked that battle a lot. Shang-Chi had pretty good choreography too in the fight scenes. I thought the action was really well done. We have Marvin with the 99-cent donation. Thank you very much, Marvin. Attaches an image of an emoji with sunglasses on. Always nice to see. I like emojis just as much as the next guy, Marvin. So thank you very much for the 99 cents and the
pizza time
and the emoji with the sunglasses. Thank you very much. Do I think that Seabound is based off of Baywatch? No, I don't. I mean, Baywatch, the old TV show I heard was good. The movie from like when did the Baywatch movie come out? 2014, somewhere in there. That wasn't good. I did not like the Baywatch movie. I thought it was really stupid. No, I don't think Seabound is based off of Baywatch. I don't see the similarities between those two series. Is Morrow coming back? I wouldn't hold my breath for Morrow to come back, honestly. Morrow, he's a cool character, but I feel like his story is pretty much done with in the show. So I don't think Morrow's coming back, unfortunately. As cool of a character as he is, I think his character arc is pretty much just over. So, no, the stream lost viewers. That's okay. It's fine. I enjoy having you guys here. It doesn't really matter to me how many of you guys are here. I just enjoy hanging out. I like holding these little hangout sessions. Always fun. The views are pretty much up for streams on quiz days as well. You know, on trivia, everybody wants to take part in the stream. So, but the real ones, the real bros are here every other day aside from just trivia day. I appreciate you guys for that. Hey, I'll give you $20 if you fly me through a bunch of portals to teach my students a lesson. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I'd be willing to put money on that happening. Master Wu is a scheming little devil. I imagine he would do something like that. Testing with the Blue Yeti mic. Don't know how to get audio record it. My computer has like a built-in voice recorder that I use to record my audio and whatnot. But usually you need to set up the microphone in your sound settings or whatever before it can even pick up on, on even recording anything. But yeah, that's just what I do. I think it took me a minute too to figure out how to connect the actual microphone to the computer, how to get the settings organized to actually make the microphone, record sound. So I feel your pain. I'm sure there's a lot of tutorials online that could help with that. Did I see that No Way Home is 10 mil away from passing Avatar domestically? Yeah, I also saw that interview with Tom Holland where the guy was like, yeah, you're close to getting the biggest movie of all time domestically. It's not true. I mean, even if No Way Home passes Avatar, which it probably will, domestically, not worldwide, there are still a couple of other movies that Spider-Man has to pass before it ends up being the biggest movie of all time domestically. So, I don't know what that guy was talking about, but yeah, I did see that. I think that's awesome. I'm not a huge fan of that original Avatar film. I think it's pretty overrated, all things considered. So, I'd be fine with Spider-Man passing it, to be honest. What side villain do I think should be a main villain? Honestly, I think Mr. E, if he were not to have been killed by Garmadon during season 9, I think Mr. E could have held a storyline on his own. That would be awesome. Imagine like a Sons of Garmadon spin-off season starring Mr. E as the main villain, organizing his own motorcycle club. That could be fun to see. I'd be down for that. Unfortunately, I think Mr. E is dead. So, whoopsie daisy. Which one wins, fire or ice? Probably fire, because fire melts ice. Aha. Do I like Lloyd? I do like Lloyd. Lloyd used to be my favorite ninja. From the time he became the Green Ninja all the way to Hands of Time, Lloyd was my favorite. So, yeah, Lloyd's pretty cool. Nowadays, Cole's my favorite, and Lloyd has pretty much fallen near the middle for me. But he's still a cool character. I like him a lot. Why don't we switch up the images? What should we do? Shoot me some suggestions for other images that we can do here. What season do you guys want to see in the background? We've been stuck on Hands of Time for quite a while. Did I know that the MCU Spider-Man is getting a prequel series? Yeah, freshman year. I'm excited for that. Going to be on Disney Plus sometime soon, maybe. Just maybe. So, I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be fun. I'm not sure exactly how it will be, but, I'm looking forward to it. Rebooted. I like Rebooted. I'm also seeing a couple of votes for Prime Empire as well. Maybe we could jump to Prime Empire after we finish up with Rebooted pictures. How about we do that? We'll do Season 3, then we'll do Prime Empire. I like Rebooted. Rebooted's cool. People hate on Rebooted, but, I think there's definitely worse seasons out there. So, Let's see. Would it be scary if there's a stupid virus in Ninjago? Maybe. I mean, I was kind of thinking about that for season 16. Like, what if, like, the Vengestone buyer puts something in the water supply or something that makes all the elemental powers go away? That could be interesting, I guess. I don't know how I would make that into a video or how that would work in terms of a plot, but, you know, could be fun. Why are they talking about Spider-Man if we're talking about Ninjago? These streams, pretty much anything goes. Anything you guys want to talk to me about. I'm a fan of a lot of things, not just Ninjago. So, yeah, if you have any questions aside from Ninjago, I'd be more than happy to answer those as well. We have a $5 donation from Kai Hitake.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Thank you very much for the $5 donation there, Kai. Always nice to see you here. Thank you very much. What is the little emoji that you sent as well? It appears to be a yellow lemon man high-fiving someone else, and this guy appears to be rather small. Maybe he's a different type of fruit. Is that a lemon? I have no idea. I can't see. But thank you very much, Kai, for the $5 donation as usual. Thank you very much for contributing to the stream. What did I miss? Nothing much. Just kind of hanging out, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, trying to figure out why sometimes the stream makes the pictures lag. Apparently we can't really do polls anymore because the polls will mess up the pictures. So, you know, until I get that fixed, I don't know what we're going to do about that. Maybe I'll mess around with the streaming settings after stream or something, see if I can figure that out. Or maybe we will just hold another test stream. Who knows? And try to figure it out as we go along. Let's see. Do I like Transformers? I do. Not all of the Transformers series are good, though, in my opinion. The movies are pretty hit or miss for me. Bumblebee is probably the best Transformers live-action movie that we've gotten so far. The Michael Bay movies are kind of mediocre, dare I say. I saw they just put Dark of the Moon on Netflix here in the States, which is kind of hype because I actually really enjoyed Dark of the Moon. But, you know, is it just me or did Lloyd get weaker in Season 8? I think he got stronger, in all honesty. I think that Lloyd ended up getting stronger starting with Season 8. He took more of a leadership role. I found his powers to be more, I guess, you know, increased in terms of strength. I thought that his powers got a lot stronger, too. I'd say Lloyd got stronger, you know, moving on from Season 8 or whatever. Do I have a new microphone? I do not have a new microphone. The settings in the OBS studio might be a little different, though, for the audio. Maybe that's why it sounds a little bit different. But no, I have the same microphone that I've always had. So, might just be, again, some audio trouble, or, you know, not trouble, but maybe the settings are a little different. Who's to say? Revenge of the Fallen is also on there. There's a reason why they did not advertise Revenge of the Fallen then. I saw Dark of the Moon, like, immediately when I opened up Netflix last night. I was trying to watch the new season of Disenchantment, and right away I see Optimus Prime, Transformers Dark of the Moon, is now on Netflix. I'm like, sick! I did not see Revenge of the Fallen. What's my opinion on Skids and Mudflap in Revenge of the Fallen? Oh boy, two characters that probably should have never been made. I hate those characters. I had the toy when I was younger too. I had the ice cream truck toy. Ugh, hated that thing. Hated those characters. It was a really bad attempt to to make funny characters, I think. Not good. Not good. What do I think of Cole's new voice actor? Oh, I think Andrew Francis is doing a fantastic job as Cole. I think it might take some people a while to get used to the sound of his voice coming out of Cole. I saw a couple of comments stating that it's not going to be the same. Of course it's not going to be the same. It's a completely different voice actor. Andrew Francis is not trying to make his voice match Kirby Morrow's voice. He's trying something different, and I think for the most part he sounds fantastic. I think that Andrew Francis was a good casting choice. I'm excited to hear more. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the future, especially for Season 16. Yes, please. Are any of the characters LGBT? I mean, you probably could make some of the characters LGBT if you really wanted to. I'm not sure if we have any confirmed LGBT characters in the show right now, though. I'd be open to a character, you know, being revealed as LGBT. Fine by me. As long as you don't, like, change a major character or, you know, go out of your way to butcher a character's backstory just to get that inclusion. There's ways to do it while also not being destructive. So, you know, and as someone of the LGBT community, I feel like I'm justified in saying that. So don't yell at me on Twitter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who do I like better, Sam Witwicky or Cade Yeager? They're both insufferable. I mean, take your pick. Look at these two you know, pieces of shit. Which one would you rather eat? You know what I'm saying? You're not winning. You're not winning no matter who you choose in that scenario. With that being said, I think Shia LaBeouf is a lot better in the Transformers movies as opposed to Mark Wahlberg. Hey, it's me, Mark Wahlberg. Hey, where's the tripods at? What past Elemental Master would I be interested in seeing their backstory? Ooh, like going away from the core ninja team. Honestly, for Skylar, we need to see more of her mom. I think that'd be interesting to see her mother, what her mother's relationship was with Chen, what that dynamic was like when they were together, what led to Skylar being born. I'd like to see that. Otherwise, for other Elemental Masters, I mean, Karloff, it'd be interesting to see where he comes from. You know, he comes from this ancient village, apparently, and I want to see that village. I want to see Karloff's people. Are they all, like, worshipping Karloff because he's the Elemental Master of Metal? I want to see what that's all about. So either Skylar or Karloff, I think, could be fun to see his backstory. So, yeah, exactly. Jay's mother, Skylar's mother. I think we totally need to see more of that for sure. Are the pictures lagging again, you guys? It seems like the pictures are kind of lagging a little bit. Don't know why. Trying my best here. Yeah, if the pictures are buffering for you guys, let me know. We can probably give the pictures a rest for a little bit. Karloff is from Russia. Yes, in the Ninjago universe, you have Ninjago Island and you have Russia. You either come from one of two places, Ninjago Island or the island of Russia. Who's to say? Let's see. Probably made Karloff their king. Yeah, I'd imagine so. They probably worship the metal elemental master. Yeah, why don't we jump to the random image of Skylar that I have booted up ready to go, because the pictures are kind of buffering a little bit. I do not know why that keeps happening. What the heck? Let's see. The stream still says it's healthy, so maybe we'll just sit on this image of Skylar for a while before we switch things over again. Who's to say? Audio stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Epic. Rate Bayverse Prime's sanity from 1 to 10. He's probably like a 1. That dude is insane. I think that the Bayverse Optimus Prime is not a good characterization of that character. I do not like Bayverse Optimus Prime. In the first movie, he was okay, but then starting with 2, just kind of went downhill for me. And then in Transformers 5... we don't talk about that movie. She's hot. I agree. Look at her. Just looking off into the sunset. What's she thinking about? Who knows? Kolmar was so mean to Benthermar. Yeah, Kolmar is not a good brother. Just a pic of Skylar staring wistfully off into the distance. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, we're just waiting for stream to settle. Is it settled now? Let's see. Let's switch up the images and let's see. If we need to do this every now and then, that's interesting, but I guess we'll see if the pictures work or not. If not, we're going back to the Skylar picture, folks. Well, it seems to be working now, so I don't know what stream's doing. Every once in a while, the pictures just buffer, so we switch to the Skylar image. Bada bing, bada boom. We don't talk about Transformers 5. My thoughts exactly. Kolmar and Bentho are just like Thor and Loki, but worse. That's accurate. I can get behind that statement. Yeah, one of them's the evil brother, one of them's the noble brother. Both of them have their issues. Yeah, I see that. It's a worse relationship, though, I will agree. Kolmar is not a good brother. Very abusive, very messed up. You know, it'd be interesting to think about, like, you know, with all of these returning villains, if Pythor is truly the leader of all of them, would he have bothered to try to recruit Kolmar? I personally don't think so. I think that Pythor would just see Kolmar as a, just as a lesser version of himself, an inferior version of his own being. I think that Pythor would be like, to Kolmar what Kolmar was to Benthermar. They'd have that type of dynamic. How would Pixel and Zane have a kid? Same deal as the Robots film, if you guys have seen that movie. I think it came out in like 2005 or something. You just build it. You just build the baby. Call it good from there. I mean, they could make an AI program or something. There's ways to do that. There's ways to give Zane and Pixel a kid. Just have them build one. This next generation of ninja could have a Nindroid to themselves, There could always be a Nindroid on the team. They would be rivals. Yeah, but I think Pythor would just kind of see Kolmar as, like, as I said, like an inferior version of himself. It's like, ooh, look at this guy. He's trying so hard to be me. You even died the same way. Like, what the heck? Get your own style, bro. Do I think Kai is swag? Yeah, he's pretty swag. Oh yeah, there are LGBT characters in Prime Empire. That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah, I guess that did happen, but I feel like people want to see like a main character belong to that category, I wouldn't be okay with, or I would be okay with that. Good Lord, I would be okay. Misspoke there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think that's an interesting. I think that'll be interesting for the show. People would get mad about it though, which is not cool. But it's a story for another day, I guess you could say. Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom. Who had the saddest death in the Bayverse movies? Saddest deaths, I mean, I don't know. In the Transformers movies, usually death comes pretty quickly and pretty violently. Saddest death, I mean, maybe Q or Wheeljack, whatever you want to call him, from Transformers 3. The Albert Einstein-looking robot. He didn't deserve to die like that. Come on. Thoughts on Endgame? Endgame's awesome. A lot of people say that Infinity War is better than Endgame. I respectfully disagree. I think Endgame is a lot better than Infinity War. One of my favorite MCU movies. I thought it ended the saga really well. I have no real issues with Endgame as a movie. I thought it was pretty cool, all things considered. Would I want the real Harumi back or a similar situation to the Avatar? I think if they're going to bring back Harumi, it's going to be the real one. I mean, I've been kind of thinking about this. If Pythor is the ringleader in this whole villain team-up thing, there's like a chance that he could have saved Harumi after the building fell on top of her. Like, say, for example, if Harumi was not instantly killed by the building. Pythor could have gone back there, behind the scenes, drug Harumi out, and possibly even nursed her back to health. I mean, to me, that's possible. I think it's very much likely that we will see the real Harumi come back at some point during Season 16. Or it's just Avatar Harumi that just popped out of Prime Empire. Either one, I think, is likely. But I think it would be cool to see Pythor actually rescue her. That could be fun. There's Ninjago Island, and then there's Russia Island. Am I excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi? I'm not a big Star Wars guy, personally. I liked the poster, though. They showed off the poster for it earlier today. The poster looks cool. I also really like Ewan McGregor. I think he's a fantastic actor. He's my choice to play Sensei Garmadon in live-action Ninjago. I think he's a good actor. I might check out the show. I also really enjoy Revenge of the Sith as a movie, so maybe I will check out that show. Kind of looking forward to it, but I'm not going to be, I'm not guaranteed to watch it. As I said, I'm not really a Star Wars guy personally. But, I like the actor, I like the movie, so maybe I will check it out. Maybe the Dark Island is Russia. I don't know if I'd go that far. That might irritate some of the Russian audience if you refer to them as the Dark Island. I don't know. Weakest and strongest backstory of the ninja. I'd say, for strong backstories, the ninja pretty much have it made. I mean, all of the ninja have really good fleshed out backstories. For the most part, I'd say that maybe Jay has the weakest one just because we're not fully aware of his past. For somebody like Kai or even Zane, we know about what they went through. For Jay, it's a little bit undisclosed. I think they could do a little bit more, put a little bit more effort into explaining Jay's backstory. But overall, I'd say they all have pretty good backstories. I think my favorites are probably Zane's or Lloyd's. Lloyd's has a pretty good backstory too. Or Lloyd's backstory is pretty good. Cole's backstory is tragic, but I think that works for his character. So I'd say Jay, though. You could probably put a little bit more effort into talking about Jay's history. Chris Pratt is every character in every movie ever. Yeah, he totally should be. Honestly, during the Nintendo Direct today, I was kind of expecting there to be a Mario movie announcement. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get one. We did get, though, Mario Kart 8 is getting DLC. It's paid DLC, but it's DLC nonetheless. We're getting, 48 new tracks? That's fun. And also, Wii Sports is getting a sequel on Switch. That's cool. I'm excited to play that. Thoughts on Sentinel Prime? Sentinel Prime in the movies, I'm not a huge fan of. In the games, though, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, I think he's cool in those games. In the movie, is not the biggest fan of his character, to be honest. You could see the twist coming a mile away. Oh, Sentinel Prime is evil. Wow, no kidding. Saw that coming. But, he's an okay character. Not my favorite, not my least favorite. What do I think is Prime's most brutal kill? When he killed the Fallen or Megatron in Dark of the Moon? I don't know. Did you see what he did to Lockdown? Filleted the guy. Maybe Lockdown. Lockdown didn't deserve... Lockdown did kill Ratchet, so I can kind of see why Optimus was pretty angry about that. Wii Sports is getting what? Yeah, they announced Nintendo Switch Sports today during the Nintendo Direct. Looks awesome. They're bringing back some classic sports and adding in some new ones. So I'm probably going to go ahead and grab that game when it comes out. I think it comes out in April. I played a lot of Wii Sports as a kid. The Wii was the console of my childhood, so... Yeah, I'll play Nintendo Switch Sports. Sign me up for that. Rip Ironhide. Yeah, rest in peace, Ironhide. Do I think that Unagami will ever age up into a teenager? That could be interesting to see. He's already a pretty moody kid, so what happens if he ages up into an even moodier teenager? Well, maybe we'll see that a couple years down the line. Don't know if that's going to go over well for the characters in Ninjago. Feel bad for Milton Dyer, especially. Wish I had a Switch. The Wii was my childhood. Yeah, same here, man. I remember when I got the Wii console. My dad surprised me with it one day after school. Randomly, he just walks into the house holding a Wii console and a couple games. He's like, yeah, I swung by Toys R Us. This was when Toys R Us was still a thing, you know, for some of the youngins in the chat that don't know what Toys R Us is. But yeah, that was cool. I played a lot of Wii Sports Resort. So they announced the Nintendo Switch Sports. I was excited. I'm like, all right, I can get behind that. Why does Megatron's vehicle mode keep changing? Good question. When's he going to turn into a gun like he did in the 80s? That's my dream Megatron movie alt mode. Yeah, I miss Toys R Us as well. Toys R Us, man, it would be so easy to go to Toys R Us and get Ninjago stuff. I wish that we still had Toys R Us here in the States. I think Canada still has it in some locations. I know some of my Canadian acquaintances have Toys R Us's around their parts, but here in the States, no, Toys R Us is just kind of done for. We used to have one when I was growing up. The next town over had a Toys R Us, and it was so easy to go there and buy Lego stuff. I miss it a lot. I'd go there all the time if we had a Toys R Us still. It's probably a good thing that we don't have one anymore because, yeah, I'd be there constantly spending money. So, I do miss it, though. Fond memories going there buying Ninjago stuff, Hero Factory stuff, when, you know, Ninjago was still young. Let's move to Canada. Yeah, everyone pack your bags. We're moving to Canada. We leave first thing in the morning, so have everything packed and ready. We're going to go to Toys R Us in Canada. We're going to live there. Season 11 pictures? Sure. Oh, we were going to do Prime Empire first, though. So let's do Prime Empire, and then we'll do Season 11. Forgot about Prime Empire. We'll do some Prime Empire. So, remember when Hatchimals were a thing? I do. I never really got into Hatchimals, though. Give the goblin the golden Hatchimal. Do I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I haven't eaten Cinnamon Toast Crunch in quite some time, but I remember it being pretty good. My favorite cereal was probably Reese's Puffs. You know, you gotta eat them up. Eat them up, eat them up, eat them up. So, yeah, Reese's Puffs were pretty good, I will say. I liked Reese's Puffs. I'm gonna take a sip of my iced tea in the meantime. Thoughts on new Elemental Masters? Yeah, they should totally introduce a new group of Elemental Masters. The rumor is right now that the Ninja Team, the current Ninja Team, is going to be done with following Season 16. And we're going to do a flash forward and introduce a new group of Elemental Masters. I could see that being the case. Honestly, if that were to happen, I wouldn't be super upset. You could still keep the older ninja around too, just have them be senseis or masters or whatever. That could work out as well. Shopkins? I'm not familiar with Shopkins. I know Furbies. I love Furbies. You keep them in the back of your closet and they randomly talk to you in the middle of the night. Love Furbies. Random fact about me? Random fact about me. When I was younger, I busted my thumb pretty good playing dodgeball. So there's a random fact about me. I didn't think it was broken or nothing, so I just kind of sat there throughout the rest of the school day with an ice pack on it. But then afterwards, I talked to my dad. He's like, yeah, that thumb looks pretty broken. Let's take you to the hospital. You know, old sport or whatever he called me back then. So we went to the hospital. I got a splint on it, and the rest is history. It still clicks when I try to move my thumb, so that's cool. It was on my left hand, too, so I could still write and everything like that, so that was good. I'm right-handed, for those that don't know. Another random fact, I'm right-handed. Do I have a dog? I do not have a dog. There's a dog that lives downstairs, though. My neighbors have a dog. Saw the dog this morning. I was trying to take away garbage, and the doggo was all excited to see me. I was like, aha! Good doggo. I like dogs. I just don't have one myself. I want to get a dog eventually, though. Any of y'all remember Juju Pets? Here's the meme about Zuzu Pets, right? Or Juju Pets, however you want to pronounce it. Remember when they did the I guess more boy-focused spin-off of Zuzu Pets? What was it called? Kung Ju? It was like Zuzu Pets, but you could like put weapons on them, like swords and whatnot. That was my jam when I was a kid. I used to collect those as well. I used to have a big plastic bin in the basement filled with all of those Kung Jus or Zuzu Pets or whatever. So I used to play with those too. But Yeah, I wasn't really into like the regular Zuzu pets. For me, I think younger they were a little too girly for my taste. Nowadays I'd buy those because I like pink stuff, you know. No shame in that. We have a $4.99 donation from Jose. Thank you very much, Jose. As always, the new drink called Prime is now out on the GNC store
Pizza time.
in the U.S. Not familiar with that. The drink called Prime. I'm not familiar with that. Gonna have to look into that. What's it about, Jose? Do enlighten me. What is this Prime drink that you speak of? Thank you for the $4.99 though, Jose. Always appreciated. Let's see. Thoughts on old villains returning? I think it's a good idea. They should bring back more old bad guys, especially bad guys that didn't really go well the first go round, like Asphira, you know? Asphira. I'm glad that she's coming back because it gives that character a new chance to shine. So yeah, they should totally do that. What's a pet that I would never want? Ooh, I don't know, maybe like a spider. I know some people have like pet tarantulas. I think it sounds cool on paper, but I think eventually it would just freak me out, just being in my room constantly. I'd be fine with having a snake. Like snakes I can do. Tarantulas, probably not. Probably not going to do a tarantula for a pet. Snakes I probably would though. Live stream number 74, Lost in Time. Oh, of course. I wonder how many Ninjago episodes are there? Isn't there like 180 or something? I guess we have to stream until we hit that number so we can do a stream for every Ninjago episode. We should totally do that. Yeah, goats are pretty fun. Not sure if I'd own a pet goat, though. I mean, I think goats are fun when they're babies, but, you know, adult goats are kind of gross. At least to me personally. Thoughts on Moro turning good in Day of the Departed? I think it makes sense for Moro's character. I mean, he ended off season 5 kind of redeeming himself a little bit. He sort of made amends with Master Wu before he eventually died. So when he turned good in Day of the Departed, I pretty much expected that. I was like, okay, that makes sense. If anything, I thought it would be kind of weird to see him keep being evil. Which, you know, taking that concept into season 16... how exactly is Pythor going to be? I mean, last time we saw Pythor in season 4. He was pretty much good, but then in Day of the Departed, he was bad again. So what's the deal with Pythor? What's the deal with airline food? What's the deal with Pythor P. Chumsworth? Who's to say? He's like good or evil, depending on what day of the week it is, I guess. Same deal with Harumi. If Harumi's going to be evil, I don't know about that. Yeah, there probably would be more episodes by then. That's true. We'll probably just keep streaming until I get bored of it. We're for sure going to hit 100, though. And I like streaming, so it might take a while before we actually get bored of it here. Because I like hanging out with you guys. It's fun. I like reading the chat. A pet lion? Good lord. Does it bite? Of course it bites. It's a lion. Now, have you guys seen that show on Netflix, Tiger King? See, stuff like that. Those aren't pets, man. Those are prisoners. I really hate the Tiger King show. It's really hard to watch. I will say that. So, imagine Akita and Harumi fighting over who gets Lloyd. I don't know. I feel like they'd probably fight it first, but Lloyd would be like, hey, why are you guys fighting over me? They'd be like, yeah, you wish. I think Harumi and Akita, I don't know if they'd fight over Lloyd. I think they wouldn't get along, but probably not for that reason. Harumi redemption arc. I mean, maybe. She kind of went out the same way that Moro went out, giving their mortal enemy that one last look of recognition before they eventually died. So, I don't know. If Harumi came back, I could see her being good. But if she's evil, I could see that too. Just kind of depends. Thoughts on Garmadon being good again? I'm fine with that, because to me, Garmadon is by default a good guy, you know? Him being corrupted by the Devourer's venom, him being Lord Garmadon, Emperor Garmadon, that's not the real Garmadon to me. The real Garmadon is just like Master Wu. So if Garmadon turns good again, I would totally be okay with that. My dream for Garmadon is to see him remain in his Lord Garmadon form. You know, the four-armed, the dark skin, the purple robes. I want that to stay, but I'd like his personality to be more akin to Sensei Garmadon. I think that could be a cool way to mesh the two versions of that character. So, I'd like to see that at some point. So, let's see. Season 11, yeah, we can jump to Season 11 now. Do you guys want Fire or Ice Chapter? We have them separated now. I'd say we do Ice Chapter, so we can see Akita in all of her glory. I'd say Ice Chapter. We could switch to Fire Chapter in a little bit, though. if you guys would like to. Where on your list of the favorite core shorts does Generosity fall? For me, it might be 2 or even 1. Yeah, Generosity was pretty good. I think right now, if I were to rank them, I'd say Balance is still my favorite. Then probably Generosity, make that the second. Then maybe Curiosity. Then Curiosity. Then maybe Wisdom. And then Honesty might be my least favorite. I think that's how I would rank them right now. Once we get all of the core shorts out, I do want to do a ranking video, ranking them all, or maybe doing a tier list or something. So you guys can expect that once we get the last one next week. Do I prefer white or purple Pythor? I kind of like white Pythor. It makes him stand out from the other Anacondrae. Well, maybe not, because they're all skeletons, and skeletons are white. Get it? Because Pythor ate them all, because he's a cannibal. Yeah, that's great to implement into our Lego show, you guys. Cannibalism. Heck yeah. No, white Pythor is cool. Purple Pythor is awesome as well, but white Pythor, I think he's just a lot cooler. I like that design a lot more. Your friend's favorite movies are Revenge of the Fallen and The Last Night. Should I get him help? I don't know, man. That's an interesting choice for favorite movies. I mean, opinions are going to be had, you know. Whatever your opinions are in the Transformers films, that's A-okay. I personally don't think that either of those movies are necessarily good, but, you know, opinions will be had. It'd be cool to see skeleton snake people. Yeah, bring back the decaying corpses of the Anacondrae. Make them the new baddies. That could be cool to see. Like, combines the serpentine and the skeleton. That'd be horrifying. Imagine a long skeletal snake neck. Like, imagine if Pythor was just a skeleton. That'd be creepy. Wonder what Garmadon's reaction to Harumi returning would be. Yeah, would he even care, is my question. The more he sort of, you know, connected with Lloyd during March of the Oni, I feel like that's, you know, less of a chance that he would care about Harumi coming back. You know what I'm saying? He recognizes who his true child is now, so I don't know if Harumi's even got a chance with Garmadon anymore. I'm not sure if Garmadon would treat her the same way. Have I ever cried when watching Ninjago? Oh, of course. Ninjaga's got some pretty pretty heartfelt scenes, I will say. I mean, Ninjago moments, I think they'd make any normal person cry. Zane's sacrifice, especially, even most recently with Nia's departure, that was pretty, you know, it tugged at the heartstrings a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty depressing. Is it bad that Skids and Mudflap are my favorite Transformers? I mean, I don't know about that. They're certainly not my favorite. But as I said, opinions will be had. So you do you, my dude. Friend's favorite movie is Frozen. Is that normal? I mean, Frozen's actually a pretty good movie. I like Frozen a lot. Frozen 2's not super great to me, but Frozen 1, yeah, I think that's pretty good. I know a lot of people that are older that like Frozen, so I don't see anything necessarily wrong with Frozen being someone's favorite movie. I get it. It's got some good songs in it. It's not the best Disney movie ever, but whatever works, I suppose, right? Opinions will be had. What are your thoughts on Golden Lloyd? The original Golden Lloyd or the Legacy Golden Lloyd? The original is fantastic. That's easily my favorite Ninjago figure ever. Legacy Golden Lloyd is also pretty good. Or are you talking about Golden Lloyd from the 10-year Legacy sets, in which case that figure is also pretty cool. I just think he's missing the green half mask. So, you know, if you have an extra one of those, slap it on that figure. It makes it 10 times better, in my opinion. Would Akita count as a furry? I don't know about that. I mean, I wouldn't say that Akita is a furry. She's just naturally half fox, wolf, kitsune, whatever you want to call Akita's animal form. Who knows? Who knows? Legacy? Yeah, pretty good figure. All things considered. There's not a Golden Lloyd that I think is downright terrible. Pretty cool, I'd say. Isn't Harumi Lloyd's adopted sister now? I guess you could kind of say that. I suppose, if you really wanted to be technical about the whole thing. The picture's lagging again. Let's go to the Skylar image for a little bit then. Give the picture some time to rest. As we near the end of the stream here. Yeah, I can see the pictures are kind of lagging a little bit. Oh boy. Just got a $50 Lego Ninjago figure lot. It has a lot of rare figures. Ooh, that's a good price. What type of figures came in that lot, if you don't mind me asking? Because $50 for a lot of Ninjago figures, that's not a bad deal. Like, I used to buy bundles like that all the time. It's a good way to build your minifigure collection. Jose with the 4.99. If you want to know about Prime Drinks, go watch KSI on YouTube, because he and Logan Paul
Pizza time
are the ones that created those hydration drinks. Yeah, I guess I'll have to look into that a little bit more. I'm not the biggest Logan Paul fan in the world. I think his content is pretty interesting, to say the least, and he is a pretty interesting guy, I suppose you could say. KSI, though, I don't have a huge issue with. I don't have a huge issue with KSI. I'll have to look into that drink, though. But thank you, Jose, for the $4.99, and thank you for letting me know about that. How much would I pay for a single minifigure? Depends on the figure. I mean, just recently I paid $30 for a Ninjago figure, a single one that was on eBay. It's the fully armored up golden Master Wu from Hunted, the fully, golden samurai armor. That entire figure was $30, which I think is appropriate, because that figure was in a pretty rare set. So, I don't mind paying $30 for that one. The most I've ever spent on a figure, I think, is like $40-$50 to get Nero, Master of the Mind. I don't know what the most I'd pay for a figure is. Probably that. Probably the 50 or the 30. I wouldn't pay triple digits for a single Ninjago figure. No Ashenkyu. $12 is your max. That's a pretty good way to budget, I will say. Like setting a max limit for yourself. It's a good idea. Well, it seems the pictures are working again, so I feel like whenever the pictures lag, we'll just jump on over to the Skylar picture until it settles itself, which is really strange, but whatever. Whatever works. Would I pay $60 for Nero? If you have him, pretend that you don't. $60 for Nero. I probably would, but that's like a game as well. You could buy like a new Switch game with $60. But Nero's a pretty rare figure, so I'd probably do that. You know what's going to be a little bit expensive to add to my collection? The Elemental Masters of, let's see, who are they? The Pale Man and Tox, because they were both in Ultra Agent sets. Tox might be a little bit cheaper than Pale Man, but I've seen people try to sell the Pale Man figure for like $60-$70 on eBay. So I know eventually I'm going to have to fork over a pretty penny to get that guy in my collection. Have I seen the movie Bumblebee? I have seen the movie Bumblebee. I have a poster for the Bumblebee movie right in front of me. An original theater, what do you call them, one-sheets or whatever? A friend of mine used to work in a movie theater. He would get me movie posters all the time. Yeah, I like Bumblebee. I like that movie. What's your opinion on Harumi? She's a cool character. I like Harumi a lot. I'm excited to see her come back. Hopefully they don't ruin her character. Fingers crossed. I know the Ninjago community is pretty mixed on Harumi, but I don't think she's all that bad. She's a cool character, all things considered. Golden Lloyd Legacy. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I like that figure a lot. Don't even have Karloff yet. How much is he? Good question. Let's go on Bricklink quick. Let me just boot up Bricklink and see how much people are selling Karloff for. Thankfully, I have Karloff in my personal collection, so I don't need to purchase him. But let's see what people are selling Karloff for. Really quick. What's the minimum price for Karloff on Bricklink? If my computer would load here. The cheapest I'm seeing it is $15 on Bricklink right now. What's the highest price for Karloff? $47. All right, so anywhere in between $14 and $47 for Karloff's figure. So, I'd say go for the cheaper options there. I'd say go for the cheaper end. Or check on eBay. That's just on Bricklink. Ninjago's getting money hungry. I mean, with this new wave, it certainly seems like maybe they're not valuing their value as much as they used to. Ninjago used to have really crazy deals for the amount of pieces that you would get in any given set. The amount of the prices that they were actually charging for them, they were insanely good, especially for the Ninjago movie. Yeah, big time. Seems like this new wave does not hold that same principle, I guess you could say. The mailman has got to be the Vengeful Buyer. Oh, for sure. That maniacal mailman. He's up to something. I can smell it. I can feel it in my bones. What do they say in Detective Pikachu? I can feel it in my jellies. Detective Pikachu is another good movie. I really hope that they make live action, or more live action Pokemon films, because Detective Pikachu was a nice, pleasant surprise. Come hang out number 74, Lost in Time. Should we start doing that? Labeling the Come Hang Out streams by the episode title that they associate with? That could be interesting. Let me know in the chat. Do you think that's a good idea? Because what would tomorrow's be? 75 Mask of Deception? What if we did that? That could be pretty fun, right? Gives the stream a little bit more spice, perhaps. It's an option. I might have to go back through and retitle all of the other streams, though. That might take a hot minute. But I think it would be fun, considering how some of you guys do comment the episode title. We could probably do that. You guys are saying, yeah? Couple yes pleases, yes do it. All right, tell you what. Tomorrow, we will start that off, and maybe I'll make it my mission later tonight if I have time to go back through and retitle all of the previous streams to fit this new format. I think that could be a fun idea. I mean, we're probably never going to run out of episode titles, and if we do, we'll just make stuff up. But we're probably not going to. So, feel bad for that. For last stream, then, Out of the Fire and Into the Boiling Sea, the worst episode title ever for Ninjago. Hate that title. Have I read The Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye? Yeah, I've been keeping up with that. It's a pretty good story. I like how it portrays Lloyd's trauma. It pretty much talks about Lloyd's stress as the Green Ninja and everything he's been through. I think that's awesome. Do I ship Cole x Vanya? I do. I do ship Cole and Vanya. I think they're cute together. I think they'd make for a cute couple, if I'm being 100% honest. I could see them together. What's the most expensive Ninjago minifigure? Just depends on which one you're talking about, you know, because some of the figures, depending on what they are, will be sold at different prices from different people. But I think the most expensive ones I've seen are probably Acronics and Crux. Those two go for a fair bit on eBay and Bricklink. Also, the Golden Master Overlord from the rebooted sets, that guy goes for a lot too. Fortunately for me, I have those figures already, so I don't really need to buy them. So, thankfully. What's wrong with the title? I just think it's way too long. I think they could have shortened it down and made it a little bit more coherent. To be honest, I just hate typing it out whenever I try to spell that episode, you know? I just hate typing that long title. They could have just called it The Boiling Sea. Called it good from there. It's whatever, though. I don't hate it, you know? It's just kind of irritating to me. It's not too bad, though. Remember Cole's mom? Death in a Kid's Show, I see. Yeah, I mean, Ninjago has a lot of death in it. You can't really do much about that. I think it's very mature for including death when it does, you know. The Boiling Sea title is cool, but that's too long. Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. I like the title. It's just like, good lord, man. Having to type that out. Imagine that. Way too long. Could have shortened it down a little bit. Order the Dragon's Forge set from Ireland. Can't wait. That's a pretty good set. Hopefully you enjoy that. I remember getting that set when it came out. I remember really enjoying the Fusion Dragon as well. I mentioned this in other streams, but I recently ordered the Ninja DBX set. Someone on Bricklink was selling it for cheap, so I decided to grab it. The only twist, the only catch here, is that it does not include one of the Anacondri figures. I think it's Choprai. Choprai is not included in the set. They are missing the Choprai figure. And that's whatever to me. I have a Choprai figure already, so I don't need another one. And it comes with the other figures. So I'm looking forward to getting that set. Comes with White Pythor. Comes with Sensei Garmadon. Looking forward to getting that set. Make the thumbnail a screenshot from the respective episode. I don't know about that. I think it's just... I think it'll be better just titling the streams. You know, the episode titles. I don't know if I'd go as far as to change all the thumbnails. It's gonna be a pretty big task to change all the titles. I think we're just gonna stop it there. With only a couple of minutes left in the stream, you guys, let's turn things over to rapid fire questions really quick. Anything that I can answer, just a quick sentence or two. And let's end on what season should we end on? Why don't we do season 1? We'll end on the first season. Not where it all began, but pretty dang close, I will say. Do I like Disney Plus? Yeah, I've been getting my enjoyment out of Disney Plus thus far. I've had my account for a while. I see no reason to get rid of my account. I've been having fun. What if there was an all-silver Lloyd minifigure with slight green accents? That could be an interesting figure. Some of you guys have mentioned that since they did all-gold figures for the 10th anniversary, maybe for the 20th anniversary, if Ninjago gets there, they could do all-silver figures. I think that'd be cool to see. Like chromed-out Ninjago minifigures with accents of their own color. That'd be awesome. I'd be okay with seeing that. Do I think that Bentho is the king of Merlopia now? Yeah, probably. I'd say so. I mean, he's in a similar boat to Vanya. They're both kingdoms of their own whatchamacallit. Of their own kingdoms. They're both leaders of their own kingdoms. What am I trying to say? Good lord. My brain is melting. Prime Empire is a kid's version of Sword Art Online. That's pretty accurate. It's also a lot better than SAO, if you don't mind me saying so. I'm not the biggest fan of Sword Art. Do I have Netflix? I do have Netflix. Last night, we were just watching the new season of Disenchantment. Pretty good show. I liked the new season. A lot better than some of the other seasons. Thoughts if Racer 7 comes back? I don't think Racer 7 is a necessary character to bring back, but I guess I wouldn't mind her coming back. She's just kind of forgettable, if I do say so myself. I think she's kind of a forgettable character. She's cool, but, there's only so much that you can do with her. They're kingdoms of both their kingdoms. Yes, my brain is just melting. It's really hot in here for some reason. It's been pretty warm the past couple of days around here, to be honest. Not really used to this warmer weather. Zane's Falcon should come back. Yeah, they kind of kept the Falcon out of the show. I don't know why. They should probably bring the Falcon back at some point, right? Do I think that Jay lost interest in Starfarer when he found out about his dad? That's a good question. I mean, it doesn't really seem like Jay and his biological dad really had that much of a relationship. I guess he thinks that it's kind of cool, maybe, but I don't know how I'd feel about that in that situation, I don't think I would want to be a fan of something anymore if I found out my dad played the lead role and my dad was kind of a not-so-good person. I don't think I'd be a fan of it anymore. But I don't know. It's interesting to think about. Get a refrigerator. I have a refrigerator. Probably just going to go stick my head in the snowbank outside after stream wraps up. Cool off for a little bit before I make more videos and stuff. Police commissioner is underrated. I like his mustache. He has a fantastic stash. But yeah, he's underrated. I will say so. I like him a lot. I wish the ninja would use air jitsu nowadays. Yeah, me too. Especially if they're bringing back the ability to fly with the golden wings next season. What the heck? Why didn't they just bring back air jitsu instead? What's this new golden wings business? I put up a video about that on the channel earlier today. Check it out if you haven't watched it just yet. Would totally recommend it. How was the golden armor held by Kai? Another good question. They're just kind of passing that thing around like a football during March of the Oni. I thought that vaporized people. What the heck? Inconsistencies. I mean, you could argue that maybe the power of the armor was drained following Rebooted or whatever, but, according to the lore, anyone that touches all 4 of the golden weapons just instantly melts. So, I don't know. That's a good question. Golden wings could still be Shintaro wings. That is true. I'm kind of hoping that that's the case. Would make the whole air jitsu argument a little bit less credible then. Because it's it's not a new way to fly. They're just using Shintaro wings, which I'd kind of prefer, if I'm being honest, as opposed to the ninja having golden dragon wings. So, it is whatever. Canon that the power was drained. Yeah, it probably explains why they could pass it around then. It's like, hey man, hold this golden armor that literally killed Zane. Alright, cool. Zane just grabs it again. Dies again. That'd be depressing. Don't know how to feel about that. Let's answer one more question before we wrap up stream today, folks. Let's get one more question in the chat before we conclude today's epic live stream. Before I go back and retitle all of my previous streams. I do like that idea, though. I'm probably going to do that. Don't know about the thumbnail thing. But, I have pretty much a pattern with the thumbnails with the ninja. So I kind of want to keep that pattern rolling. But the titles, we could totally do that. And people who don't watch the streams are going to be very confused. Let's get one more question in here. What should be the last question that we talk about? Let's see. We need one more big question, folks. Out of all of the ninja, who do you think is the most likely to die first? Alright, good question, good question. Out of the current lineup, currently in the Ninjago series, if I were to pick a ninja to die, I'm kind of thinking that Lloyd should probably die. I mean, Kai, I don't think Kai is going to go. Jay, probably not. Cole, no. Zane, we already had that, so no. And Nia, we kind of had that already for Nia, so probably not. But with Lloyd, well, he has had near-death experiences in the past. I think that Lloyd, if he were to die for the sake of the ninja, for the sake of Ninjago, I think that should be pretty expected. I'd personally say that Lloyd should probably die first out of all of the ninja. If they were to live their lives as normal without being killed or sacrificed, then Lloyd would probably live the longest, aside from maybe Zane. But, I'd say Lloyd. If I had to pick one ninja to die, I'd say maybe Lloyd should sacrifice himself. But yeah, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for the stream here today. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let's go ahead and go over our schedule one last time before we conclude things today. We stream Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. And as always, I will provide you guys with daily updates. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream, I will let you guys know via my community tab. And let's get some hugs in the chat. Let's conclude things with some hugs. Sorry if we're kind of ending things off a little bit quickly today. Just realized we're kind of a little bit over time, but that's okay. Let's get some hugs in the chat, folks. Everybody spam some hugs. Ninja roll, ninja recover. Yes, indeed. Pythor, something, serpentine. All right, here we go. This is our ending stream. Thank you so much for checking out today's stream, you guys. You guys have been awesome as always. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for asking questions. Tomorrow we're going to try to do something fun, but no promises. I want to see how stream goes. I'm going to mess around with some settings a little bit, try to figure it out. Maybe we'll do something fun tomorrow, but on Friday, we will probably be doing trivia still. So tune back in on Friday if you want to see some Ninjago quiz, some quiz action, some Ninjago trivia. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for checking out today's stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time for another stream, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks a lot for tuning into this one. All the hugs in the chat are fantastic. Thank you very much for being a terrific audience, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.